Clockwork coming out again that can solo kill the Tension that loves to stay safe lane farm alone and just popping out ulti whole map on whole map.
So, I mean, definitely a lot of potential gank opportunities coming in for 4 Clovers if they really get the initiative with Hani Storm. But, I mean, in this matchup, you're looking at maybe a hero that can quickly disable him. Obviously, we've looked at the Skywrath multiple times over. That's not been banned out, so could be picked up from either side. I mean, honestly, like, Goblack picked up the Skywrath in the previous game, so he's probably just kind of feeling like, oh man, I can't play everything at once. But honestly, it's something that Yul could run, definitely. They go for the Rubik instead, and that's something I like to see. I like to see a little bit of diversity as well as reactionary play. The Rubik has a lot of potential to counterplay against heroes like Lion, Juggernaut, very effectively, and there's it makes it more difficult for the next 3 heroes to be picked up, because suddenly you have to make sure that your spells are of equal or lesser value than what you've already given. You have to make sure Finger of Death is not stolen as much as possible, and try to keep that Earth Spike under wraps as well. If you can just keep it under that threshold, you can draft pretty well around this, but I don't think you want to go into a position where you just draft those big ultimates that Rubik wants to steal.
To Rubik, I really love it against the Jagger, because like sometimes he pops out on Omni Slash and doesn't have mana because of that nerfs for any other spell. Make sure that Rubik steals it. It's really good. It's decent with Chen. It's nice combo for ganking. And it's actually really good against Spirit Gaper. You can always get that telekinesis on his charge and eventually steal it back.
Yeah. Now, because of the way Nether Strike works, we don't have Greater Bash. It's not as great to steal from the Spirit Breaker, but it definitely breaks down his initiation just to telekinesis him. And they're going to still go for a push-oriented play. I mean, essentially, they've been playing very slow games with late-game potential for pretty much every single draft for Clovers. Now we're seeing something where they open up with Chen and Lycan, and their main objective is going to be taking towers very early on. Is this to condense the space that Juggernaut has to farm and try to actually address the double man threat before he gets online?
Yeah, we recently can see a lot of Lycans against Jagger. First of all, you get that Necronomicons up, so Jagger can't Omni Slash you. He needs to waste it on them. If you get them on him before he spins, they can easily burn out his mana, so he can't even get the Omni Slash up. It's good with Chen for the push, pretty much really good pick. And we see now Phoenix coming out for Trixie, I believe, or it's maybe be support Phoenix, the number 4 position, with the Trixie playing the Spirit Breaker. Who knows?
Yeah, it's the Moscow 5 favorite, that offlane Spirit Breaker Phoenix duo, and it's just to bully back whoever's in that safe lane. The Chen's not going to be as involved. Obviously, we've seen Goblack, he kind of sticks it to his jungle for a little while, and as a result, Rubik, Lycan versus Spirit Breaker Phoenix, like, they have nothing to give to that lane. They're actually going to just get destroyed, I think, but should be most likely the Phoenix, played by Trixie. He's actually pretty good with this hero, like able to execute the abilities well, and when you need to drop that supernova, he's usually in a good position for it. So I like the hero pick overall. It's not going to be easy for 4 Clovers to deal with it and address it immediately. And yeah, I think it's pretty much one of their best pickups. And the Icarus dive is canceled by the Electric Vortex, by the telekinesis. He has to watch out for that, but for the most part, if he plays in the right position, it should be a really strong pick. And another aspect I was thinking of is why the Chen Lycan is going to be so strong against Juggernaut here is because they first banned the Magnus. If the Magnus was here and they had the Empower, then he'd be perfectly fine to just cleave on all those creeps, no problem. But because he doesn't have the natural cleave, he might have to go for a Battle Fear this game, and that really delays the way that Matumbo Man plays him.
Yeah, like almost like all games, they ban out the Magnus. They know what they're doing, actually. Really good, Goblack. And like last 2 bans from each side, respect ban. I don't really know why. I expect like Broodmother ban is a good, but I don't feel like Ember ban. Although it's the signature hero of Neffy, but you got the Storm Spirit, direct counter to it. He needs to go middle against him. That's the counter on the lane. Later on, you make him go Manta. You don't want to go Manta on Ember. And if he doesn't go, you just can solo kill him all over the map. pretty much just respecting the Neffy.
Yeah,
Last pick for...
I could see it though. I mean, essentially, yeah, your Ember Sphere is one item behind constantly because he has to go for that Manta against the Storm. But a lot more Storms have been building Bloodstone recently rather than the Orchid Rush, so there's less pressure to get him that item out immediately. And as I was saying, Battle Fury is really good this game against the push for Clover. If they go in with the Chen creeps and the Lycan creeps, Necronomicon, and then you have a Sleight of Fist waiting at the top of that tier 3 with your Cleave, it's probably something that they don't have the ability to deal with. So actually, I kind of like the mentality of just taking down those counter pushers. 4Anchors can put up whatever they want for Nymphy here, but it's not going to be his signature, and it shows that they kind of have a 5-man strat in mind here.
What you think? It's going to be Sexy Bamboo, famous offlane Rubik, or it's going to be Shaker? Windranger is the pickup for Neffy. Standard pick.
Yeah,
I
figure Shaker offlane. Yeah, he's really been into the initiation more than anything else. I love his Rubik plays, but I definitely am more feeling the Earthshaker in his hands today, and obviously the Rubik can do pretty well on the bottom lane. I'm just worried about if they're up against that dual lane that we were talking about. Trixie plus Boogie going Spirit Breaker plus Phoenix. It looks like he's not copying the build that we see from Tron usually when he plays the Spirit Breaker and gets like the Orb of Venom and Stout Shield and just murders people. But even still, it's going to be a very involved support at the very least.
He opts to go full support because they want to give this line a boot, so he needed to buy both wards and courier. He couldn't afford it. Oh, Yo having a boot, gonna scout them. Yeah, pings them out. They're not gonna achieve anything with this 5-man rotation.
Yeah, just
nice
trying to be
static remnant.
Yeah, just trying to at least push Godblack out of the jungle for now. Maybe get a Magic Bush ward, or this one, which is actually going to scout rotations, but it's not going to block anything. So, although they get great vision off of it, it's not going to be something that Godblack feels compelled to D-ward.
Actually, if I recall it good, second game, they put a ward here when Godblack was playing Dire Jungle Chen.
Yeah.
They didn't block anything as well, but they managed to get vision of him whole time. Top rune engagement. Oh.
Nice Fissure. That Fissure is huge from Bambo. Isolating Nymphy and Boogie here. They'll charge, but it won't do much. Nymphy wants this rune, but he's got to win run quick, and it will actually be Earthshaker to take the bounty rune and Lycan down bottom.
Godblack is dead.
Probably. The spin's going to do a lot of damage. One more right click, and yes, Godblack goes down the first blood. But of course, we do see now the
nice
Fissure coming out. Disengage attempt, but Hani actually stays a little bit longer. Fortunately, they're not going to pursue any further. Again, not really good Fissures, but it's just not enough to make or break the situation. Instead, we've got BZZ, Sexy Bamboo. They're the ones to take up the bounty runes, so they get that in exchange for the first blood.
Sorry, look at the Hani. He doesn't have a boot. He's trapped. If he's not dead, he's gonna waste so much time. Oh god.
So close. It's not gonna be the kill. Yo, no telekinesis. Oh my gosh, he pulls him in the tower. They're gonna turn it with one more hit. Yes, Boogie gets hit by the tower the second time. Body blocks from Volix, but it's almost enough to kill him anyways. He gets the salve cancel and the clarity cancel.
Fissure coming.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful. They're going to actually bring him down. Wasted his salve, wasted his clarity, his tangos, all the way into the tree line, and they still run him down. The Rubik could have absolutely used the telekinesis lift so much sooner to stop the Spirit Breaker from getting that last auto attack, but they say, the Storm's going to live, he's fine, and instead they throw the Spirit Breaker into the tower, so then they actually get the return kill, waste all of his regen, and he's just going to go back to bottom lane with nothing.
Ballsy, but great play from the Rubik. In the end, I think this heavily favors the Dire.
Really?
Like, look at 7-7 CS on Windranger. Jagger getting the first blood, first blood and every last hit, pretty much. And this Storm, not gonna have fun time.
I don't know. I mean, like, they wasted a lot of support's time, so, like, Chen is still going to be involved in the jungle. He's going to be farming up for himself. They got the bounty runes, so that's not actually listed on, like, last hit charts. 2 bounty runes, starting them off pretty strong. I feel like it looks bad now, because obviously Matoma Man's going to be dominating his lane, and the matchup in mid is okay. Now I'm feeling for Hani. I'm looking at that and saying, somehow this got out of hand with the Windranger destroying him as much as he is.
Actually, I thought Wind Ranger got the top bounty rune.
No,
I checked
oh.
it was a shaker.
Yeah, Yol gonna get dive, the charge, Icarus dive, and yeah, this is gonna be a lineup that can go pretty deep under tower.
Again, Goblock, like the second game, gets first 2 creeps that he gets are Troll and Centaur. Perfect creeps you can get for the Chen that wants to gank. I think he might go for, this ward pays out completely now. Wind Ranger should be aware of it, should dodge this easy. Yeah.
Is there any chance they thought like maybe he moved up to the west of the tree line, but if they weren't looking in that position and just saw on the minimap?
There could be a chance that you missed that, but it's not really often. Let's see. He plays like he knows it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Puts on left side. The smoke's gonna expire before he gets out of the ward range, but might be. Never mind.
Yeah, so they know they're gonna waste the Goblock's time a little bit, bait him forward, but the telekinesis actually they're giving it to Boogie. And they're gonna go for the charge across. He gets netted. Now he's gonna get stomped by the Centaur. And Boogie is taking a lot of damage right now. No stout shield. He's gonna actually go down. And it seems like a misplay because the Dire Observer Ward definitely saw something coming.
Yeah. I mean, don't take hard on these players. This is 5th game.
Yeah.
2 of the X4 were like 2 hours long, and it's pretty late in Europe.
Sure.
Sometimes these misplays happen. The charge on bottom, I think he's gonna just poke him or something. Yeah, too much. Actually, he has a Icarus dive as well, but they're not gonna pursue because too many creeps are there. Middle lane, Honey doesn't get shackled.
Yeah, but the power shot, the right clicks, I mean, he's having a really hard time. Even if he walks away from this, which he sure will, and Emphy's still just controlling this lane so well. 23 and 8.
Bottom lane, Boogie in the trouble.
Oh.
He dies.
So, another telekinesis pick. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
So this is the only lane that's really working out for 4CNL, and no surprise since the Chen did get involved there, but now picks up Harpy Stormcrafter, maybe can at least harass the Wind Ranger. I mean, Wind Ranger's HP is pretty weak. Like, her pool is right now 758 with the Null Talisman build, and Harpy Stormcrafter can just lightning after lightning, very cost-efficient damage to try to give Honey back his lane. The Shackle Shot will not connect, and yeah, now it's a charge forward.
I think Honey gonna have a hard time. If this one of those 2 shackles connected, I think it would be a kill. But like, this Harpy is really annoying to play against. It really is. Top lane, but Tumamba getting so much farm actually. Free farming. We saw what's he capable of when he gets a free farm. It means 4SC is winning the game. Yo, trying to set up the ward. I think he's gonna get spotted, or let's see. No, they won't know where this ward is. They'll maybe think of it.
Oh, charge actually gonna come out onto Hani. This could be pretty good. He's not level 6 yet, but the lift actually Nymphy gets pushed back. He gets a regen rune. Are you serious? Popping the regen rune now gives him full mana, full HP, and he's gonna get a free power shot too, bringing down the Harpy, bringing low the Rubik. Oh man, it's not a fatal exchange by any stretch, but it was just so nice for the Wind Ranger to claim that rune.
Take the wind from their sails.
So how do you actually come back? Oh, Matoma Man really wants that dive on Bamboo. Actually gonna get a stun under tower. Just gonna shrug that off and probably even exhaust his healing ward when it comes off cooldown. But how do you actually come back from this kind of a really bad landing circumstance with a Storm Spirit? Usually you look at the Storm as here that just, he needs to ball back into it. We've seen,
HP. Was so close. This is gonna help out. He doesn't have a boost. If he needed to walk back to home, it would be so horrible. I mean, Goblock should sacrifice a bit and stack some wood. He's opting for that farm build with taking not Electric Vortex. He could farm woods very quickly. But no stacks, it means he's gonna have a slow start. He's already having the slow start actually, but it's not gonna be some flash farming. 26 creeps.
Do you feel that Storm Spirit is as snowbally as it used to be, where like you have to actually have a level advantage and farm advantage to actually get kills? Actually, bottom, we're going to see Trixie lifted up by Yol here, and they will actually try to combo it up. The Icarus dive, though, will still be canceled despite the troll trap. And now the fastest frog you've ever seen won't really be able to tower dive. So it is up top where we see Matoma Man going toe-to-toe with Bambo. Nice stunts coming out. Doesn't have an echo, of course, but still getting good exchanges despite Matoma Man's obvious superior damage.
Honey taking the bounty run. Top lane Bamboo having actually good, not decent time. Level 5, arcane boots on the line. Mask of Menace coming for Matuma Man. He could look for a solo pick off very easy if Sexy and Bamboo makes mistakes. Trying to get this pull off.
A little bit.
A little bit of it. It's really dangerous. This guy, Matumba, can really easily rush him down if he comes any closer.
Nemphy's going back mid here. He's got level 8, but he hasn't put his ultimate in. He has obviously the damage advantage with the phase boots here. Essentially, he wants to force Hani out of lane and then try to take the tower with opponent focus fire when he hits level 9.
I feel like I don't know what he builds this game. I think Mjolnir build.
Yeah, Maelstrom is
the
pretty
best
good.
one. Yeah, Maelstrom, not Mjolnir. Maelstrom into Aghanim.
Oh, Hani. They will actually be able to set up a shackle shot perfectly. And that's going to be Hani going down. Even Ruby canceling the TP. Suddenly, it's just out of control for the mid lane. They're putting a lot of pressure to keep this Storm on lockdown. And yeah, there's just no way that 4CL could rely on the Storm for much. I mean, he's going to have treads. That's going to be his basic stuff. But as far as his damage output in the fight, it's going to be very, very weak. And really, if the damage isn't coming from the Storm, where is it coming from? I mean, BZZ's doing okay, but it's not brilliant.
BZZ got 2 kills and decent farm. I don't know. They will need to get some items on the Storm actually. Like really need it. But eventually they will look to farm out, get some, maybe sneak into the rush, get it. It's really gonna be crucial. And like necro units plus whole split push, get some towers, get some farm from all of that things that I said. But, top lane, they want to kill this Lion. This is the classic play when support stays to farm safe lane.
Is it worth the time, really? I mean, if it's just the support to go down here, I mean...
it's worth of time if you get tower with it.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's really close to the tower. They scout it.
Looks like it should be fine. And actually, in mid, Hani has the Invis rune. Looks like he's just soaking up experience right now. So, Nemphy might look to TP top, and if he does, Hani will pull him. But otherwise, oh, he's just actually going to unleash, and Wind Run comes out immediately. So, not really much happening there. And on top lane, they kind of have a standoff as well. I mean, all these creeps here could do some work. They'll go for the telekinesis, but the Echo Slam doesn't come out in time. No Aftershock stun, and therefore Matoma Man's just getting right-clicked down. Actually going to be a charge. Goblak now, the focus fire. Hand of God still should come out in time. No Hand of God. Goblak goes down without casting his ultimate, and so too does the Rubik.
They even pull out the TP from Storm that didn't really have any mana. Very good play from 4SC. Not really heroes wisely, but they get that Storm out of mid. He's not farming meanwhile. They get 2 kills on support for 1. Only bad thing is that BCZ is farming and pushing the tower.
Yeah.
He's opting for the early medallion, so he could really look to sneak out the rush. Can kill it really fast.
We'll see another charge come through. Yeah, Bambo's got the Fisher, so Boogie's not really going to be looking to commit to that. In fact, he's going to take some tower pot shots here. It's not really damaging, but it's still quite frustrating. And it's just showing Bambo's pretty much the only one that's playing really stably. BZZ's not doing too bad, though. As you said, he's farming well. Medallion's up. But as far as that Roche, I think it's going to be in 4AC's hands before, in no time at all. I mean, the Yasha's coming out for the Juggernaut now. Matama Man has what he needs as well. So I think they might both kind of go around that Roche bed.
BZZ might be dead. Shackle shot, oh, I think that's
Haystern still. Oh, the nice hand of God. At least this will keep him up. If he can do some body blocks with the Wolves, that'd be great too. But he'll just try to go into the trees, and so it works unless Nephi power shot! Oh! The range is there, but the vector is not. It's actually going to be a death of the Rubik up top as he gets hit by that Mask Madness Omni Slash.
So close. That shackle shot, you can't know when it's gonna land. It's really ridiculous animation. Oh, Volex running into Goblock. Wolves.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, they obviously could try to chain up all of those neutral creeps abilities, but at max range, I still think Volex just narrowly escapes. I mean, he's got the Wind Ranger nearby. He's feeling okay about himself, and it's actually gonna be a charge that might actually follow through. Goblack trying to D-ward, and kapow. He gets hit.
Coming.
Oh, but the stun, the clap. He's actually going to be locked down. Now Hani might get a freebie. Boogie locked in place, the test of faith, and the kill. And there's a power shot. Kill. Power shot? No, not even trying for the low HP Goblack here.
Much needed kill for Hani. He needs every inch of gold that he can get to get back into this game. Look at CS charge. He's like, Jagger is almost doubling him. Plus he never died on Jagger. And he has won that as well. I don't know.
Interesting.
I think Jagger should take this, try to sneak this rush. Or like, if any of team sneaks rush, like if Lycan does that, it's gonna buy so much time for his team. But,
Omni Slash stolen! And on the cliff!
Oh, I don't think you wanted to put him on the high ground because you have the Omni Slash.
Yeah, now if you Omni Slash, you're the one stuck on the cliff. There will be a charge coming through. Hani's going to get hit. He'll still go for the Omni Slash. He lands on Boogie, so he's not on the cliff. Madama Man's still up there. And now he's going to try to TP. Will not be canceled. Oh, the Echo Slam! It's not going to work. He won't get the Aftershock. He won't stop the TP
look
home.
At the BZZ meanwhile. Medallion pushes.
I think they know. I think they pinged it. They power shot it. It's not going to work. Oh, charging against the shapeshift. We'll see a very fast chase going through. This is just cue the cartoon music because the Roadrunner is up against the Coyote, and it is going to be the Nether Strike back into the Shackle Shot from the Blink Dagger picked up recently by Nemphy. Great play, but it's not enough just yet. He dodges the power shot. Now it's the damage over time that kicks in. Hani looking for blood. Boogie's pretty low, but he gets Omni Slash. The Fisher is going to be enough to bring down the Spirit Breaker. They pull back Nemphy, steal the Wind Run. Not a great steal, but the 2 stacks of Earnest Shadows. If only he was not shackled. He'll go down slowly but surely. The Wind Run away, the Hand of God up, and now Nemphy's locked in position. Magic damage coming out from the nukes, but the Test of Faith is insufficient to bring him down. Being zoned out by the Supernova, Yol wants to steal it, but doesn't want to go back into that fighting territory.
That was train fight. It ended up fight recap says it ended up in the dire advantage. They got 2 core kills for the 2 supports. So much XP from that. Actually, this
mid,
Phoenix
Yol.
on mid level 11.
Yeah, they're going to be able to bring down Yol. He just tried to go for a Fire Spirit Seal. Instead, Trixie just cleans him up. He's had this Hand of Midas for a few minutes now. I think he's definitely used it at least once. I think like a second time maybe. Like that might be a second transmute cooling down right now. But either way, that's a pretty fast Blink Dagger coming in from Sexy Bambo. 16 minutes with Arcane Boots. He really got a lot of that top lane.
Yeah, he's doing really good on that offlane shaker. Bottom lane busy. Charles and he's Matumamba Shadow Blade pick off.
Could be good. Maybe he gets to the Roche pit. The Wolf will scout out the Roche pit. He's not going to be able to sneak it. He'll reveal. It would have been great, but the Wolf is right on top of him. They're pinging it out. They're going to look to gank on it. But mid lane first, we're going to see Chen taking a lot of damage. The Phoenix dots are enough with the help of the power shot, and Trixie gets another kill. So now the pinks are there. Going in, the Die Observer Ward doesn't see the Wolves, but now we'll see the heroes. And they're going to go in, but Juggernaut very, very low. A Spirit Breaker, no mana, trying to help it out, but BZZ goes in. There's the Echo Slam. Matama Man's gone, and this Roche should be going to 4CL. But Trixie in a great spot. Supernova cooling down in just 5 seconds. And if he goes up on the cliff, he could actually drop a big egg. We're going to see the Roche fall first, and Trixie makes no such attempt.
really unfortunate for the Matuba man. He loves to pick up that Shadow Blade, but if you don't get that first usage value where you kill Roshan or get one core kill with the surprise Shadow Blade, you just wait out his team and the cooldown on Supernova. I don't think Radiant can fight them at Rush Pit with Supernova. It's such amazing ability to abuse there in the Rush Pit. Yep, Lycan buys the time for his team, gets the Aegis on the Storm, gets the Necro units. Really sets up the rhythm of this game now.
Yeah. So Trixie is probably doing among the best you would expect for a 4 ASC. Like, I mean, obviously he's still 30 net worth on his team, but like for the position that he played on the map, I actually think he's just made out like a bandit. So the fact that he's going for the Rod of Atos, Urn of Shadows now, do you think he's going to be able to do any work with like an Atos Sunray combo?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. He's like has the most impact in his whole team. That fast level 11 is what you want on that Phoenix.
Oh, charge from the actual Rubik. Actually, it was stolen, and they have the Sentry Ward. Matama Man, they have vision on him.
Oh.
You'll probably will disengage, and yeah, there we go. So, push coming in. Aegis on the Storm still. I think Phoenix has to do a lot right here.
Yeah, he really needs to get good egg, but it's not hard at the moment. They don't have Troll or Meepo or any counters to egg. Opa! Nothing.
Yeah, they're just trading 1 for 1. Wind Ranger gets the tower down bottom thanks to Focus Fire, and Storm Spirit takes the tower mid. Actually, Earthshaker.
Actually.
The Siege Creep made it close, but it does go down in their favor. Boogie gets the charge on Hani. Nether Strike connects as well, but they don't really have anything after that. He'll just ball away, and they cannot force the Aegis just yet. Nice attempt at the Shackle Shot, but it only mini stuns, and they go their separate ways.
Nice trade for Radiant. They get the tower, they deny other, they pull out that Storm. Paratrue multi gets used. Yeah, as I said, they bought themselves time. They want to farm up that Necro 3 unit. That's the time where they shine with the Necro 3 unit, the Orchidon Storm, and like maybe even Aegis will be up at that time. That's when they started taking objectives, taking fights for a C response, and this Shadow Blade starts to be, I don't know, I start to question it, because he didn't get any kill, didn't get rush. It's really not paying off at the moment.
It will be a little bit harder for Hani to try to jump on him. Like, he would have to bring Dust as well as the Orchid, and even then, like, you just don't really have all that much damage. So, Matama Man is going to be just hard to kill in general, and I don't really know how you're going to get that opening against him where you can, even with his current glass cannon-y items, actually focus him down fast enough unless he uses Mask of Madness recently.
He's having the mana issue. Okay, we see 5 men top, yeah. Though Storm doesn't have Warhead, they have the Aegis, so they wanna force things up. I think the 4CL wins this fight.
So you don't think the Phoenix is gonna do enough?
Yeah, I think the Necro unit's gonna do too much.
Oh, Boogie going in. He gets destroyed by Bambo, and now they can just turn onto the egg. There is some Fire Spirits reducing attack speed, but the Phoenix will still go down, and Nemphy taking one last hit to go down. Matama Man in the thick of it with that Omni Slash, but look at how little it does against the Lycan and the Chen. The creeps dissipate it all, and then they just mech up for a full 5-man wipe off of an amazing Echo Slam coming out of Sexy Bambo.
Really great play from 4CL. Getting 5 men for nothing, not even losing the Aegis, not losing 0 heroes, any hero. Necro 3 coming up, Orchid coming up. Like, I still question that Shadow Blade pickup. If you look at it, he doesn't have even Bezzy to regen his mana. Oh, they want to do some damage. There is no treant in game.
Yep, so...
wow,
that damage. The Howl on all those creeps. They even have the Pack Leader's Aura, and there's no ultimate from the Phoenix. They're going to do some good damage, though. AoE, they need to start falling back here. Omni Slash is on Yol. Will he use it? Looks like they're just going to fall back here. The charge forward.
Expired.
Oh, Boogie, though, is going to get Omni Slashed by the Rubik. He's going down fast, doesn't know what hit him. And Yol tries to charge away, but look, his corpse is flying around. Oh, that's incredible to watch, actually. And now we see Matama Man. He's trying to make his pursuit. Looks like he'll find Bambo, but Bambo does have a Shadow Blade of his own. Cannot detect him, cannot kill him. And, so the actually are not only able to take the Tier 3, but the Wolves take the Range Rex! Taking a Range Rex at 22.5 minutes gives a ton of gold for 4CL on top of the Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tower, and the 5 heroes they just slain. Oh, wow. Just suddenly they're up to they're going to be about 7,500 net worth and advantage.
The power Lycan, the heroes were dead for 10 seconds. Lava for hole with the chain creeps. They just melt through the buildings. Oh, Sexy Bamboo with the recent Shadow Blade pickup.
He's got an Echo.
Echo Slam. Looking, I think this Jagger might be dead.
I don't know. He's got Mask of Madness.
Oh, God.
Oh, Orchid Storm. It's going to be a pretty long ball, I think. They're going to wait it a little bit longer, but they're going to telekinesis, and then they're going to get the ball in. Ball plus Orchid, and that's the death of Matama Man. And yes, they will bring him down without even really needing the Raijin. But Blink Dagger comes out on the Rubik. He just stole level 1 spin. Not bad for a tough situation. You can still actually right-click the egg while spinning. It's interesting because it's invulnerable to magic, so in that case, you're not taking damage from the egg, and you're still sending hits its way.
I think it's the racked up. Though Jagger could buy back the Necro 3 unit this early with the old damage, with the Chen creeps, with the mech on Chen, it's really gonna be too much. And the Storm is already here with full mana because the sandbag Necro units go out.
Yeah, Chen's creeps are taking a little while to get here. I mean, he didn't testifate them in, so they're going to just now be arriving as the Juggernaut's respawning. But even still, they go in. Trixie has enough distance. He's going to get out, but BZZ shape-shifting away. Boogie doesn't get off into his ulti again, and Matama Man now he's going to jump, but look at all the creeps tanking it up. Mech and Hand of God renders the Juggernaut useless. Absolutely useless. And now they go in onto the melee racks, dodging an Earth Spike, taking the racks down. Nothing can stop them. They push it through. They death bullet and a shackle shot from Yol. He blinks shackles, and that's a game-winning shackle right there. They'll buy back. They'll try to do something, but they just bought back 2 heroes. They are losing 7 kills down, and they just lost their top laner racks. That's almost impossible to salvage at 25 minutes into the game.
Really good play.
Invisibility.
That's, I think, this major power of Lycan. You were saying when Storm was down, what's gonna get them back into the game? I said it's gonna be Lycan with his Necro units, with that rush pickup. It's really Sexy Bamboo trying to make plays again.
He's good at it, man. He really has been just setting these fights up. Like, obviously the draft is strong, the heroes are powerful, and Lycan's farm is intense, but Bambo's making the initiation happen, and Yol's been doing some tremendous work with the Rubik as well.
Yeah, let's see. Phoenix kill is really big. He doesn't have buyback. I think it's game if he kills him.
Oh, and they're going to try. They get the pullback. Bambo's there too. If they get this kill, oh my, 66 seconds. No way the Phoenix goes back in. And it's just about getting Hani back his mana pool. They have Arcane Boots ×1, but they also have 3 Bottle Sips and an Orchid, so that's going to be enough to make him feel confident here, and this might be their last stand.
BKB on BZZ. Now he can even chase the kills. I don't really see how they def without Phoenix. It was whole team fight of them. Now without him.
Range racks down, melee racks struck hard. That howl damage doing so much, and Sexy Bamboo, he's just waiting for it. He would love for 4ASC to give him an opportunity where he can go for the Echo Slam, but instead it's going to be a TP back. Matama Man was putting pressure down the tier 2, and while that's all well and good, it just doesn't amass to what we've seen from 4CL over the past few minutes. These last 6-7 minutes have been absolutely insane from them, and they can even look to control the Roche Pit pretty well. Just keep Wolves in there, keep Wild Wings in there, and looking really strong right now.
They just played this safe. I see the Honey pointing out that they should just keep safe here until the lanes push out. And sometimes someone needs to go and def it. Then they take the rush and just go for the third lane of tracks. Simple as that. Look at the tier 4s already melting down. But Nefi and his squad need to go for some risky, crazy plays, trying to steal rush, trying to kill somebody. But it's really, really, really hard to do that at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Trixie has a lot of potential around the pit here with the Phoenix Egg, but we've seen that so far 4CL have been able to really work against this nicely. And on top of that, now we've got the Earthshaker Fisher to kind of block out this choke point whenever they try to approach from the north. And if you're looking at their items, you'll see it's not just the Lycan's Necro. Sexy Bamboo has also got a Necro 1, so that's more useless Omni Slash jumps. That's more damage that they can't deal with the mana burn. It's frustrating, and just honestly, these 5 Necro strats could be reborn again if the game had to go long enough, but I think that they'll just be able to close out after they take the next Roche, which is still on the table for ESC. They try to go for a wraparound play, and it is much better than fighting through the northern choke point. I'll admit that.
Radiant expected. They even draw it on the map. They know. They see the base pushing out. They know that's the only play that the Dire can go for. The desperate smoke. It's funny how they waited out.
Yeah, and now Volix is going to be the first to go down. They don't actually quick disables. There's the Storm to jump in. Suddenly your Lion's gone, and wow, the Omni Slash, it's only hitting the Necros. The big Echo Slam. Sexy Bambo blocking off everyone with this play, and that is the full 5-man wipe. That's the GG, and that is the victory, going to 4 Clovers and a Lepricon after 5 grueling games. Wow.
What a series.
Just absolutely incredible play from 4 Clovers. Some genius maneuvering from God Black. They've just fought tooth and nail for their heaviest wins, especially the one with the 2-hour game. They deserved every single victory they acquired on the fields of battle today. They really fought this one out, and here they are, taking it 3-2 over 4Anchors and a Sea Captain in the conclusion of our best of 5. A 7 1/4 out.
Clockwork coming out again, that can solo kill Detention, that loves to stay safe and farm alone and just popping out ulti whole map.
So, I mean, definitely a lot of potential gank opportunities coming in for 4 Clovers if they really get the initiative with Hani Storm. But, I mean, in this matchup, you're looking at maybe a hero that can quickly disable him. Obviously, we've looked at the Skywrath multiple times over. That's not been banned out, so could be picked up from either side. I mean, honestly, like, Godblack picked up the Skywrath in the previous game, so he's probably just kind of feeling like, oh man, I can't play everything at once. But honestly, it's something that Yule could run, definitely. They go for the Rubik instead, and that's something I like to see. I like to see a little bit of diversity as well as reactionary play. The Rubik has a lot of potential to counterplay against heroes like Lion, Juggernaut very effectively, and it makes it more difficult for the next 3 heroes to be picked up, because suddenly you have to make sure that your spells are of equal or lesser value than what you've already given. You have to make sure Finger of Death is not stolen as much as possible, and try to keep that Earth Spike under wraps as well. If you can just keep it under that threshold, you can draft pretty well around this, but I don't think you want to go into a position where you just draft those big ultimates that Rubik wants to steal.
Rubik, I really love it against the Jagger, because sometimes he pops out on Omni Slash and doesn't have mana because of that nerfs for any other spell. Make sure that Rubik steals it. It's really good. It's decent with Chen. It's nice combo for ganking. It's actually really good against Spirit Grave. You can always get that telekinesis on his charge and eventually steal it back.
Yeah. Now, because
I
of the way Nether Strike works, we don't have Greater Bash. It's not as great to steal from the Spirit Breaker, but it definitely breaks down his initiation just to telekinesis him. And they're going to still go for a push-oriented play. I mean, essentially, they've been playing very slow games with late-game potential for pretty much every single draft for Clovers. Now we're seeing something where they open up with Chen and Lycan, and their main objective is going to be taking towers very early on. Is this to condense the space the Juggernaut has to farm and try to actually address the double-man threat before he gets online?
Yeah, we can see a lot of Lycans against Jagger. First of all, you get that Necronomicons up, so Jagger can't Omni Slash you. He needs to waste it on them. If you get them on him before he spins, they can easily burn out his mana, so he can't even get the Omni Slash up. It's good with Chen for the push, pretty much really good pick. And we see now Phoenix coming out for Trixie, I believe, or it's maybe be support Phoenix, the number 4 position, with the Trixie playing the Spirit Breaker. Who knows?
Yeah, it's the Moscow 5 favorite, that offlane Spirit Breaker Phoenix duo, and it's just to bully back whoever's in that safe lane. The Chen's not going to be as involved. Obviously, we've seen Godblack, he kind of sticks it to his jungle for a little while, and as a result, Rubik, Lycan versus Spirit Breaker Phoenix, like, they have nothing to give to that lane. They're actually going to just get destroyed, I think, but should be most likely the Phoenix, played by Trixie. He's actually pretty good with this hero, like, able to execute the abilities well, and when you need to drop that Supernova, he's usually in a good position for it. So I like the hero pick overall. It's not going to be easy for Clovers to deal with it and address it immediately. And yeah, I think it's pretty much one of their best pickups. And the Icarus dive is canceled by the Electric Vortex, by the Telekinesis. He has to watch out for that, but for the most part, if he plays in the right position, it should be a really strong pick. And another aspect I was thinking of is why the Chen Lycan is going to be so strong against Juggernaut here is because they first banned the Magnus. If the Magnus was here and they had the Empower, then he'd be perfectly fine to just cleave on all those creeps, no problem. But because he doesn't have the natural cleave, he might have to go for a Battle Fear this game, and that really delays the way the Matumbo Man plays him.
Yeah, like almost like all games, they ban out the Magnus. They know what they're doing, actually. Really good, Godblack. And like last 2 bans from each side, respect ban. I don't really know why. I expect like Broodmother ban is a good, but I don't feel like Ember ban. Although it's the signature hero of Neffy, but you got the Storm Spirit, direct counter to it. He needs to go middle against him. That's the counter on the lane. Later on, you make him go Manta. You don't want to go Manta on Ember. And if he doesn't go, you just can solo kill him all over the map. Pretty much just respecting the Neffy.
Yeah,
last pick for...
I could see it, though. I mean, essentially, yeah, your Ember Spirit is one item behind constantly because he has to go for that Manta against the Storm. But a lot more Storms have been building Bloodstone recently rather than the Orchid Rush, so there's less pressure to get him that item out immediately. And as I was saying, Battle Fury is really good this game against the push for Clover. If they go in with the Chen creeps and the Lycan creeps, Necronomicon, and then you have a Sleight of Fist waiting at the top of that tier 3 with your Cleave, it's probably something that they don't have the ability to deal with. So actually, I kind of like the mentality of just taking down those counter pushers. 4Anchors can put whatever they want for Nymphy here, but it's not going to be his signature. And it shows that they kind of have a 5-man strat in mind here.
What you think? It's going to be Sexy Bamboo, famous offlane Rubik, or it's going to be Shaker? Windranger is the pickup for Neffy. Standard pick.
Yeah,
I
figure Shaker offlane. Yeah, he's really been into the initiation more than anything else. I love his Rubik plays, but I definitely am more feeling the Earthshaker in his hands today. And obviously the Rubik can do pretty well on the bottom lane. I'm just worried about if they're up against that dual lane that we were talking about. Trixie plus Boogie going Spirit Breaker plus Phoenix.